So that's why she left originally.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another... We'll just start from here.
Great.
Welcome everybody to a new... No, don't I usually say ladies and gentlemen?
Do you say ladies and gentlemen?
I think so. I don't know.
We should absolutely gender the opening.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen of the Grateful Nation, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the I'm Doing Great podcast. It's me and Gina. Now listen, before anyone says anything, there are some commenters, like I think his name's JK. There are some other commenters who will obviously notice that this is new and different from what you've been seeing over the past couple months or so. And the reason why that is, see, this has always been here. You just have never really seen it. The reason why that is because we want to start doing more lives in the studio, YouTube live streams and so on. So our modem doesn't have like one of those little pointy nipple screw-on things for the cable. It's one of those phone liney things, and we don't have a cord that's long enough. So we've basically moved Adriano closer to the wall so that now he's closer to our older setup. That's where he is.
So here we are.
The whole episode, people are going, I can't focus on what they're saying because it's new, and I can't.
Well,
I've predicted it.
They'll get used to it.
A lot of people want merch.
They do. Well, it's coming. It's just going to be all crop tops for the men too.
Yeah, men can wear crop tops to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can do your pre-workout, put your crop top on. Yeah.
Get the pump on.
What do people do in the gym? I have the home gym.
People
I have
love
the bench
pre-workout
in the garage.
You know, I've never taken pre-workout in my life.
Oh, neither have
Everyone always asks me about it. I'm like, I don't know. I don't take it.
What is it?
It's basically just caffeine. Just gets you pumped.
But you put it in the water. Some people take the powder by itself.
Yeah, that's hardcore. Those are those are the hardcore
Don't
people.
They throw up after that?
Probably off camera. You know, you can die from doing that. Did you ever hear about the cinnamon powder challenge that kids were doing?
Yeah.
And they died.
Well, because they were choking?
Because they choke on the powder.
Yeah.
So don't try it at home, kids. Don't do that. Just drink water. Just drink water.
Sounds Darwinian, but... What are we doing here today?
Well, there's been a lot of stupid stuff that happened over the past couple of days. I sent you quite a few things that happened over the last couple of days that were just really dumb.
Rest in peace, Shinzo Abe, former prime minister of Japan.
That was crazy.
Yeah, woke up to that.
What an incredible failure on the part of his security.
Isn't it also weird that you assassinated a former prime minister?
Yeah.
It would make more sense if he's in office. But.
Did you see the NPR's report on like what they said about him when he died?
No, what did they say?
Okay, I'll read it to you. And what somebody tweeted it, and they tweeted it beside what the NPR said about Fidel Castro when he died.
Really?
Yeah. So this is what NPR said about Fidel Castro.
Okay.
One of the most prominent international figures in the last half of the 20th century, Castro inspired both passionate love and hate. Many who later lost faith in him can remember how they once admired the man who needed just a dozen men to launch the Cuban Revolution.
Admiration.
Fidel Castro, yeah.
Right.
You know, essentially filleting his corpse.
Right.
NPR, this is what they posted today. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, a divisive art conservative and one of his nation's most powerful and influential figures, has died after being shot during a campaign speech Friday in Western Japan, hospital officials said.
They did him cold.
Divisive.
Well, when was
conservative.
to play devil's advocate here, when was the Fidel Castro article written? Was it like right after his death?
Apparently it was right after his death, yeah.
Okay, so both were right after the death.
I don't see it on here, so I someone's going to have to fact check me on that. Okay. I shared it on my Twitter, but you can see here, it's just an excerpt that's been screenshot.
Either way, you pop the champagne when Fidel Castro goes.
Yeah, but I mean, they're like praising him. It's the same way that the New York Times, the terrorist.
The kid, that Boston bombing?
No, like the terrorist, one of the biggest terrorists that died recently. And the way that they described him was like...
Oh, the one in Iran.
Yeah.
The Iranian one.
Like they just like a distinguished scholar. They called him a distinguished scholar.
He probably was.
Like, are you guys kidding?
Yeah.
Are you guys okay? NPR and New York Times? Not really.
No.
So that happened. Did you see the footage of him getting shot?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. It was rough.
Really rough.
It looked like a homemade shotgun. It was very weird looking.
Is last name Abe or
Abe?
Abe.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
It is. It's a bummer. He seemed like a cool prime. I think he was like the longest sitting prime minister in Japan's history.
Just really unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Remember though, about a month ago, we were talking about, was it with Jay Dyer or someone else? When I was like, what happened to political assassinations? You don't really see too many of those anymore.
Oh, you did mention that. I think it was with Jay.
Yeah, it was. Oh, speaking of Jay, he's going to be in Nashville at the end of the month for a book signing and event. I'm going to be there.
Kill.
So.
What day is it?
July 30th.
Okay, so I'll still be in town.
I think that's a Saturday.
Okay.
It runs from 4 to 10. I won't be able to be there from the beginning, but I'll be there.
Maybe we'll go after our daughter goes to sleep too.
Same.
Okay. Yeah, cool. After bedtime. Yeah.
Speaking of our daughters, like, it's very weird. I made a video on TikTok about this, but it's very weird the amount of rape fantasy, abortion fantasy, and death fantasy the left has with kids. Isn't that weird?
It's just 2 days ago, I was on my TikTok and I hired this great girl to help me run my TikTok, but I have to get on there every once in a while. So I'll comment.
This is your personal one.
Yeah, my personal one. And someone just went into this fantasy about my daughter being raped.
Yeah, all the time.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why are you guys fantasizing and thinking and talking about our kids being raped?
It's very odd. When I have discussions with these people, I never say anything like that. Because they want you to empathize with their position. Well, I hope that one day your daughter experiences this so you know how you'll feel. I know how you'll feel. And I was like, yeah, I don't need to think about that to know how it would feel. It would be pretty bad. I don't need to think about it. Yeah. But you guys have this weird fantasy. It's very odd. I mean, I made the video because someone made a comment that said, I hope one day your daughter doesn't need an abortion to save her life. And I'm just like, why? So I made a video saying, why do people think about little girls needing abortions or little girls getting raped? It's something that's very weird. Yeah. I mean, the right will say things along the lines of, wow, your mom should have aborted you or something like that. But I mean, like, they don't do that on our posts. They might do that generally online, but not in our posts.
Yeah, no,
and
I
some
never
guy
see
was
stuff
like
that.
You're telling me the right wing has never wished death against people online? I'm like, no, not in our posts.
Not really.
Yeah,
no, it's really not the same. I'm telling you, people, they don't understand, especially me having been on both sides. Like, I used to be a raging lib with half of my head shaved. Unbased. And I considered myself very unbased. I considered myself an intersectional feminist. And when I was an idiot online saying stupid things on Twitter, I never had any conservatives call me any names. I didn't have them verbally attack me or call me fat and ugly, even though I was fat.
There are probably some.
I mean, I may have gotten like a fringe DM every now and then, but when I, cleaned out my act and then started saying conservative things, they were like, "You're a fat, ugly chink."
Oh yeah.
And I had like lost all the weight. It's really ironic. And I'm like, yeah, but I was fat before and you didn't call me fat. Like, you had your opportunity.
Right.
Like, it's kind of a missed opportunity.
Yeah. We have, there's one person who's great. I block them every time. They make a profile on TikTok called IDG The Podcast Sucks. They're on version 3.0. They keep on
they
making.
Love us.
Well, someone pointed out, how sad is your life that you have to keep on making new accounts just to keep getting blocked?
Yeah, I mean,
I genuinely feel bad for these people.
We give them life. I'm not kidding. There's some people on Instagram that I just restrict them.
Yes.
You can't do that on TikTok, but restrict is, if you want to know, restrict is a great feature because they can comment on anything. It's just that they're the only ones that see the comments. So they think that they're trolling you, but literally no one else sees them.
Right.
It's just like hidden comments.
Yeah.
And I just let them scream into the abyss because our accounts like ours, they actually give them life. They wake up and they have something to do.
Right.
It gives them a purpose.
It feeds our algorithm too.
It does. That too.
So thanks
helps.
for the algo boost, you guys. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're not doing what you think you're doing, but keep doing what you're doing.
You know who else I appreciate? I appreciate bodega workers who stab criminals to death.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Do you think the chart... Well, first, let's set up the story before we... seamless. Before we ask the question about whether the charges will stick, let's talk about the actual... Thing-a-ding-ding. 61-year-old bodega worker Jose Alba was attacked by an enraged career criminal, Austin Simon, who went behind the counter and choked him over a bag of chips. Alba defended himself and Simon died. DA Alvin Bragg has charged him with murder. So there is a video that goes along with this tweet, and it's a clear video, clear as day. This guy...
It was like one of those kind of like Michael Brown strong arm robberies kind of thing. He just went behind the counter,
These criminals are empowered.
Yeah, because they know nothing's going to happen.
They know nothing's going to happen. This guy walked behind the counter like as if he owned the place, shoved this old man into his chair, hitting him.
And
like
the dude was trying to leave.
The dude was trying to leave.
And
yeah.
then the criminal's girlfriend stabbed the bodega owner. And then
really?
It happens off camera.
Oh, that's what happened.
It happens off camera.
And then he defended himself and killed the career criminal.
Yes.
I hope that career criminal rots in hell. Austin Simon.
You almost feel bad for him in a way. Like the dude lost his life over 75 cents, but I mean, you know.
Oh, now I see. Okay, you can see in the video he's based. You know, it's
super based. Shout out to the Puerto Rican bodega owners out there who take no shit.
He's a bearded old man, and he comes back into the frame with a bloody knife.
Death.
Yeah, stabs him good. Men, he's not a man.
See, here's the thing. But New York now is fighting back against concealed carry permit holders now that the Supreme Court deemed their justifiable cause or whatever it is to secure a license unconstitutional. The mayor now, or the governor is now like, okay, well, no, we're gonna implant these new restrictions. One of them being we need 3 years of your social media history in order to see if you qualify for a concealed carry. If this dude had a concealed carry, he'd have been.
No problem.
Definitely a lot.
No problem.
Well, I mean, who knows? Not just because you carry doesn't mean you're always going to thwart a robbery attempt or an attempt on your life, but it definitely would have been an equalizer in that. But the dude just badass, man. He freaking stabbed the guy to death.
Good for him. I mean, guys, monsters like this guy, Austin Simon, they don't deserve to participate in a civilized society, and they deserve to die a very painful death.
Here's a merch idea. Based Puerto Rican bodega owners. And we get a picture of him with a knife.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Jose
where
Alba.
the merch is going to go like that. I mean, we could have our logo merch.
We got to have some
logo merch.
Some pit merch, right?
Well, yeah, someone asked when's the merch coming out because she needs some stuff for her pit.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do some pit merch.
Some pit merch.
We're also designing the logo currently for the IDG Men's Club.
Oh.
Yeah. Going to be pretty cool.
And if you're a woman and if you want a women's group, you can join my group called The Shift. It's health and fitness focused, but we also do a lot of other womanly stuff. You can click the link in my bio. Honey, do you want to get a pit? He wants to get a pit.
A pit is also a maneuver that police use to crash fleeing suspects' vehicles.
Oh.
I forget what the acronym is, but it's a PIT.
PIT.
Look up pit maneuver. I think it's police interject jeepers. Hold on.
The PIT. Okay.
Oh, pursuit intervention technique. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They come up behind you, right? You got two cars going like this, and then police car goes beep.
Yeah. Okay. So Jose Alba based. I hope
initially $500,000 bail.
Okay.
They dropped it down to 250. He's still not going to make it. He's still sitting in Rikers Island. The mayor came out and said, "That's not right." But the mayor can't do anything about it because the DA's they control the charges, they control the bail, or not they control the bail, but the judge sets the bail.
Do you think the charges will stick?
Well, what was it? What did they charge him with? Did they charge him with like second-degree murder or something like that?
Let's look. Jose Alba, New York City.
Let's see.
New York City. Now it's a $250,000 bail. Thursday after judge agreed to lower his sky high bail. He's a dad of 3. 61 years old. Let's see.
Oh, so Alba 61 is charged with second-degree murder.
Jeez, man.
Dude, I mean, the dude obviously defended himself.
I'm telling you, these criminals are so empowered. They're so empowered. In cities like New York and San Francisco, like they know that nothing can touch them. So they act as if they're untouchable because they are.
Well, they're empowered by corrupt DAs.
They're empowered by corrupt DAs. They're empowered by stupid local policies. And they're empowered by all the idiots who, made George Floyd some sort of saint when he was also a career criminal who, by the way, held a gun to a pregnant woman's belly. Does not deserve to live in a civilized society.
He was pro-choice.
Yeah.
George Floyd. I'm choosing to put this gun to your belly.
I mean, look at that. Look at that career criminal face.
Yeah.
See, it's people like this that like we hate. I don't like to use the word hate, but we hate people like this. God hates people like this.
Well, People
he
will
hates
say
evil.
people will say that you're some type of Christian to hate people.
Yeah, but this is where I love to talk to Bryson about scripture, because he always talks about how people who say Christianity is all about love. He was like, yo, let me read you some scary scriptures.
Yeah.
And then he pulls out a lot of scriptures in both the Old and the New Testament that very explicitly say that God hates evil and he hates sinners who continuously sin and sin and sin and sin. This whole idea of like, God loves you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, yeah, sure. God obviously has unconditional love for all, but this concept of like, you're always loved no matter what, and we should always love people, that's not biblical.
Someone brought up in an abortion debate, they said, well, how come God's able to kill babies in the Bible?
I don't even.
Yeah, that's probably a little different than what is happening today, and governments allowing legislation.
First of all, what are they talking about? I don't even want to know.
Okay.
They're retarded. It didn't take very long.
That's someone's favorite thing that you do.
The R word?
Yeah.
The hard R?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my Twitter followers tweeted something about like, oh, that's retarded, about some woke person who has the Ukraine flag and pronouns in their bio. And she went on this rant. She's like, I can't believe you just used a hard R. And I'm like, you're retarded.
Yeah.
Because they are. You don't call retarded people retards.
What else happened?
Let's see. This is my favorite one.
Oh, yeah. Did you tell me about this? Oh, yeah.
Megan Rapinoe, whatever. Lesbo.
Yeah.
Megan Lesbo.
She got Lesbo of the Year.
She got the highest civilian honor of Lesbo of the Year.
That Medal of Freedom honor, do away with it. I would do away with it.
I want to talk about this. Can we talk about this for a second? I don't care who's president. I don't care if it's Reagan or Trump or Biden or Obama, whoever. I don't want to see the president of the United States wasting an entire day giving away 17 medals of freedom. What is it? Medals
What did she do?
Of freedom for her advocacy for gender equal pay or equal gender pay.
Yeah, well, she's still not making the same.
And the LMNOP people, the alphabet people, the alphabet mafia. I don't know.
They're just constant victims all the time. And then look at her standing there with the medal, all smiling. Kneels for the flag, stands for a medal.
Yeah. And there's a lot of reports about how she bullied her entire team to take a knee. She looks like such a bitch.
Megan Rapinoe. Adriana, put the camera on me. You're a bitch. Megan Rapinoe. I'll do another one so that I can cut it out. Megan Rapinoe is a bitch. And that's it.
No lies detected.
Yeah, no lies. Zero lies detected.
No cap, as the kids say.
Kids wear no cap. No, kids say no cap.
Kids say no cap.
Yeah.
Only the black kids do anyway.
White kids do too.
Do they?
White kids have adopted the bruh. BRUH. That's what they'll comment a lot. Just saying bruh. Someone on a blue check mark on TikTok commented on the slavery abortion.
I saw that one.
I posted. He was like, yo, bra literally just compared slavery to abortion. And I replied, wow, thanks for being here and letting everybody know that I did that.
I replied and I said, man, you're right. It's wrong to compare abortion to slavery because abortion is way worse.
Yeah, people did not like that.
They didn't like that.
People did not like that.
Well, because it's true.
Yeah, it's
abortion
true.
is worse than slavery. It is the worst, the most heinous human rights issue that we've ever.
Guys, if you want to not get through a video as quickly as you normally would, there are two videos that I can suggest because I tried to watch both of these over the last couple of days and I couldn't. So Allie Beth Stuckey did a debate with that gay Jesus is trans,
the physiognomy check
yeah, and I couldn't get past 5 minutes of that. I couldn't. It was watch that one, and then Lila Rose did a debate with some theologian woman idiot who has a YouTube channel called God is Gray. And the woman tried to veto the first question. She's like, what do you think? Because Lila Rose was like, what do you think makes someone a person? And she tried to she was like, I don't think that question's fair because what it does is it puts a lot of, I don't think, I can't do it. And I was like, whoa, it was a 2.5 hour debate where within the first 10 minutes, she tried to veto a question during a debate. Like, I'm not going to answer that.
At this point, I genuinely want to ask, what is the point of debating these dum-dums?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to attempt to do that anymore. There really isn't a point.
Especially with someone with a platform that Allie and Lila have.
Yeah.
Their time is way better spent doing other things.
I think debating, at least from when I challenge people to debates, it's to get out of a character limited area, somewhere like TikTok or somewhere like Instagram, where I don't want to have to type all these sentences down. I'd just rather look the person in the camera and talk to them. But then still, it doesn't matter, because that person's still going to stay in his or her echo chamber. Same with us. But still, I'd just rather talk to someone. So debating is good, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't feel the need to challenge anybody to debate.
Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people find a lot of value from watching debates like that. I just find it to be annoying. I would rather watch paint dry.
Well, let's get this out to Destiny. Destiny, if you're out there, you did return an email of ours, and we want to get you on the show. So having Destiny on the show would be interesting, because maybe he thinks that we want to debate him on the show. That's not what we want to do. I want to talk to him about his debating and his political philosophy and all that kind of stuff. I think it'd be really interesting.
People say you have a Destiny voice.
I don't think so. I think mine's a little bit more soothing and maybe a semitone deeper. A semitone?
I mean, I actually I don't really hear the similarity, but I thought it was funny when someone said that. Oh, here's another thing about the Medal of Freedom.
Sure.
Denzel Washington was one of the 17 people that received the medal, and he didn't show up.
Really?
He didn't even show up.
Is Denzel Washington based?
Bro didn't even show up to the White House.
Really?
Imagine being so based that the president offers you the Medal of Freedom. You're like, nah, I'm good. I'll stay home.
Denzel has had so many based moments. He was on the red carpet once, and someone asked him, "Do you read the news?" And he says, "What did he say?" He said, if you don't read the news, you're uninformed. If you do read the news, you're misinformed." And I was like, Denzel. That's why I love him.
I love him.
And if our fans or followers, people on Instagram, our citizens saw that one reel that I put from his movie Fences, where he's talking to his son, and he's saying, "Why do you think I do all this stuff for you?" And the son's going, "Because you like me." He's like, "You must be the biggest fool in the world. I do it because I like you?" He's like, "No, I do it because you're my son. I bust my ass because you're my son. It's my duty. It's my responsibility to you as your father." And I'm just going, Denzel. I love Denzel.
Can I just admit something? I've never seen Fences.
You don't have to. It's not like a terrible.
What's your favorite Denzel Washington movie?
Ooh, this is a great question. I wish it would have been relayed to us via the question box. My favorite Denzel Washington movie. I'm really thinking here. There's so many. Okay. It's going to be there. Okay. If I have to go, the movie that is centered around him that I can watch all the time, probably Inside Man. I think he plays such a Cary Grant type of character, kind of a Humphrey Bogart, which my dad would say a lot. He's probably watching this right now, who's also pretty based. But yeah, Denzel in Inside Man's awesome. Man on Fire, fantastic. Glory, obviously, he's won his first Oscar there. Malcolm X, if you haven't sat through like the 3.5 hour Malcolm X,
love that.
Really, really, really
love
good.
Love that one.
There's some kind of like throwaway Denzel Washington movies, like Two Guns. And then there's that movie where he is like, it's him and Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds works at a CIA black site, and they're bringing Denzel Washington in. He's like this big time terrorist or kind of mole or flipped CIA operative. So Ryan Reynolds is tasked to protect Denzel Washington. I forget what the name of that movie is. I'm sure someone in the comments will talk about it.
Did you like Training Day?
I love Training Day. Oh my God, yeah, of course. Training Day is up there.
Yeah, Training Day is great.
A lot of good Denzel movies. Oh, what else?
Did you like Flight?
I liked Flight.
I thought that was one of his more underrated performances. The film itself wasn't amazing, but I thought his performance was
Philadelphia
really
is great.
Incredible.
What's the what's the movie about the Medal of Honor with Meg Ryan?
I don't know.
Meg Ryan, Matt Damon, Denzel Washington in it. Courage Under Fire. Manchurian Candidate, the remake, we just rewatched it the other day. That's a really great movie.
I never saw that one.
We're just naming all Denzel Washington.
Can I tell you what one of my favorite ones is of all time?
Sure.
Don't laugh. Remember the Titans.
Yeah, of course.
Love that.
Yeah,
you make sure they remember forever. That's not even his line.
No.
But it's one of my favorite movies. I try to watch it every year.
I love Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington, he's a guy that if I don't meet him within my lifetime, on my deathbed, I'll kind of be annoyed and kind of disappointed. Oh, I miss that.
I miss that.
All the Christians are like, no, Denzel Washington is not an idol. You are blaspheming. How dare you?
Nah.
God will no longer welcome you with open arms because you were too preoccupied thinking about Denzel Washington.
Nah, Denzel's cool though. Love to have you on the show, Denzel, but he doesn't.
He would
too
never
cool
come
for that.
on.
No.
Also, we don't want to involve him in the political just because,
let him be Denzel. Let him
be Denzel.
Let Denzel just Denzel.
Mm-hmm. Do we make Denzel merch?
I don't
think we can.
Thinking that.
I don't think we can.
No, you can't probably.
Copyright, trademark infringement. We don't have access to, his licenses for his image. What else happened, Gina? You sent me other stuff.
The press secretary, the LESBO press secretary. I mean, with the mop on her head. I mean, she is, if you can imagine, even worse than Jen Psaki.
The modern day, not the modern day, but the new press secretary reminds me of Kamala Harris. They repeat themselves a lot, but not really knowing what they're saying. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how these two got more than 80 million votes, the most votes in American history. I don't understand how it happens. That's why I almost believe the conspiracy. I have to kind of give a little bit of lenience toward the conspiracy theory because Joe Biden is reading lines off of the teleprompter.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
That tell him to repeat the line, but he's saying repeat the line. He's basically saying the directions in the teleprompter.
Yeah, end of line or end of quote. He says end of quote.
He can't talk. Kamala Harris says we need to work together because it's a good idea if we work together and we can get it done by working together. Are they reading speeches or no?
Oh my God.
Are their speechwriters that bad? I honestly don't understand. And you know what? I don't really care for like poking fun at like, oh, this person can't really talk, but it's kind of gotten to the point where I have to question it now.
Well, because we're not making fun of Joe Biden just stumbling over his words. What we're doing is pointing out the very real fact that the dude is a dementia patient in diapers.
Yeah.
And he has no business whatsoever being the leader of the free world.
No, it's scary.
Did you see the sheet that they zoomed in on? It gives him directions for everything.
Every other country has to be laughing at us.
Of course they are.
Right?
Yeah, they're having a field day. They think it's the most hilarious thing. It is. It's like half hilarious and half sad. I mean,
is it unpatriotic of me to say that?
No, it's not. No, why would it be unpatriotic? We do it because
if I was from the outside looking in, I'd be, wow, those guys look like they're probably not having a good time over there.
I mean, Kamala Harris is like, if you can even imagine, she is even more unlikable than Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, that's why she dropped out of the presidential race because she only got 2%.
But anyway, the press secretary said that I can't even say it with a straight face. She says that we're in the strongest economy ever. Mm-hmm. So, it's to all of you.
There are a couple of points where one could make the argument that we would be, but that don't really check out. They say something like, well, there are a lot of manufacturing jobs and manufacturing plants that are being built, and that's because of Joe Biden. Actually, it turns out that the reason why a lot of manufacturing plants are being built now is because they have something to do with those tariffs that Trump imposed on China, which, if there's incentive to start making more products in America, then there you go. There's one of the reasons for that. I don't think that necessarily hurts us more than it helps us. I don't know about the job. See, this is the thing. As a normal, everyday working American, we don't pay attention to necessarily GDP. We don't pay attention to jobs reports. We don't necessarily pay attention to the stock market, although we do have a stake in, especially if you have, portfolios or retirement accounts. Where we see the economy tanking is in gas prices, food, other sort of retail products, and the prices of those significantly over the last 6 months, over the last year, have been going up. You notice when you're going to the gas pump, right? You notice those prices. What was it here in Tennessee maybe a year and a half ago? Or at least in 2020 after the election.
Yeah, what was it? I wasn't here.
Was it still 243? Like, here, I'm going to look this up. Like, where have you seen prices go up the most, or where have you been affected personally more
gas.
by?
The gas, definitely, and the price of meat. Meat has gotten so much more expensive. It's just such a slap in the face. Like, Thingo press secretary, I honestly don't even know her name.
March 14th, 2021, the average Tennessee gas price was $2.65.
Wow.
A little over a year ago. It's right now it's $4.65, $4.70, depending on where you go.
Yeah, I pay over $5 because you got to get the premium gas.
That's insane, though. What was gas in 2020? This is the national average. Yeah, January is $2.60.
Dang.
So it's almost double. Double of that would be $5.20, but still.
And then you see a lot of things that really affect everyday Americans, like the formula shortage.
Yeah.
There's even Sorry, guys. There's even a tampon shortage, which I say is a blessing in disguise. All of you women out there, stop using tampons.
Yeah, Carly said tampons are
Never.
horrible.
I haven't used them in almost 12 years.
The Diva Cup, ladies.
And the great thing about the Diva Cup is that you never need to carry around replacements. It's reusable. I had my first Diva Cup I had for like 4 years.
Female citizens of the Grateful Nation, this is your co-president speaking, a man. Go get a Diva Cup. I support them.
Yeah, mansplaining of the day. There you go. How could you not? Yeah, but so I guess that's like a blessing in disguise. But a lot of women like are freaking out because they don't have tampons.
Well, it's a dagger in the side or a needle in the back when you hear news reports about all these pallets of formula going to Mexico, all these barrels of oil going to China, going elsewhere. A lot of these things that I've heard about now is our livestock, especially with pork, that a lot of our exports happen to be beef and pork going out to China rather than rather than being shipped out to the rest of the United States, which I obviously understand import and export. But now you have China buying up a lot of farmland in the U.S. They're going to be taking over the beef, cattle, pork industry, and guess what's going to be propped up more? Fake meat.
Yeah, so exactly.
It's almost like a starvation in process. Like they're trying to do it. They're getting closer
with
to
the bugs. They're also at the same time they're trying to normalize eating bugs. Did you see the Nicole Kidman video?
I saw that. I saw the Nicole Kidman video. I see companies on Shark Tank all the time talking about this is the new thing. We take grasshoppers, we grind them up, and it's a great source of protein. And look now, potato chips, grasshopper potato chips.
Yeah,
we're looking for 10% of our company
for a 15% stake.
And Mark Cuban's going, oh, this is good. Yeah, this is the new way forward. Fuck you, dude. I'm not eating bugs.
No, I'm not eating bugs. And the video of Nicole Kidman, hello, I'm going to show you my secret talent. I'm going to eat micro livestock, a 4-course meal of bugs. And did you see how she ate them? She's got a whole bowl of mealworms. She takes the chopsticks and picks out just one little tiny one. And like she's cringing as she's grimacing as she's putting it in her mouth.
Was that a thing though, or was that
what?
Was that like a scripted thing? That video?
Apparently, it was one of those like Vanity Fair videos where they sit down and do like fun stuff with celebrities.
Oh, I see.
And so she ate like the grasshoppers and stuff. And she's like, "Did you know?" They had to drop this in there. She said, "Did you know 2 billion people on the planet eat bugs, and I'm one of them?" I'm like, "Bish, you took one little mealworm in your mouth and grimaced while you did it. You're not eating bugs." She's been
someone that has aged poorly. It's a lot of
that's what happens.
Stuff.
You have very, very, very fair skin, and I think she was a smoker too.
She gets.
It kind of freezes like this.
It's like puffy. What was that show with Hugh Grant that was on HBO recently?
Yeah, the one where he killed the mistress.
She looks awful.
She looks really bad in that. When we watched it, we were very underwhelmed. Did you see The Staircase?
Yeah.
On HBO?
No, not the dramatized version, but I saw the
documentary. I didn't see the doc. I had never even heard of the story.
What's the thing that you said that people get, the steroid that makes their face puff up? We won't say
prednisone.
We won't say who we were talking about. But do you think she got the prednisone in the face?
No, because you don't get. It's not like something you inject.
Filler?
It's like filler. It's filler. Yeah, you inject that right in.
That is insane.
But like fair-skinned women tend to generally, okay, not all of you white girls. Generally, though, very, very fair-skinned girls do not age very well.
Okay.
You got to have that nice elasticity of the
You're
skin.
Racist.
If the shoe fits. But, I also think that she was a smoker for a long time. Who else was a smoker for a very long time and didn't age well is Jennifer Aniston. Like, people are like, she looks better than ever. I'm like, okay, I'm not saying she's ugly and you don't have to make fun of her, but like, can we not lie to each other? I mean, she doesn't look great.
I never found her attractive.
I honestly never did either, but I don't know. Who knows? My husband also said he couldn't, her lips always made him like cringe because it's like.
Her lips? Really? Yeah.
He's doing the face.
Okay, you want to get into some questions? We talked about,
sure.
Is there any other news that you want to talk about?
Let's see if there's anything else. I mean, no, I was going to, this one, Elizabeth Taylor. Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Pocahontas. This is not a joke. I mean, in this video, here, I'll play it into the thing.
Also taking aim at pregnancy crisis centers. Here in Massachusetts, these so-called crisis pregnancy centers outnumber genuine abortion clinics
Nice.
by 3 to 1.
Nice.
She says women walk into the centers believing they'll get abortions. Instead, they try to talk women out of it. She calls it a bait and switch. They are giving it over to people who wish them harm. And that has to stop. We need to put a stop to that.
Pocahontas, I think she may be my very, very least favorite person in politics. She even beats out Kamala Harris.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I think she does. She's saying she's upset that crisis pregnancy centers outnumber abortion centers. And she's upset that crisis pregnancy centers are offering resources for mothers to give birth to children. I mean, there is no compromising with these evil people. They want babies dead. They don't want you reproducing. They don't want you having children. They want you to be encouraged to kill your baby, and that's it. End of story. I hate her.
You shouldn't hate Gina.
Yeah, well, God hates evil.
Well,
So-
from D. Glute wants to know, what's your favorite submission?
Oh, bow and arrow choke for sure.
Yeah?
I prefer gi to no gi. I mean, granted, I haven't trained since right before I was pregnant. But I always prefer gi to no gi because it's
We
easier
should
to
turn
just-
a camera around and just have Adriano demonstrate on me what a bow and arrow choke is. Can you do it standing up or no?
Well,
I can't do it without.
yeah, you need the gi.
Oh, you need the gi,
'cause you
okay.
have to get in there. You have to use the gi.
Okay.
I always preferred gi because especially for my size, I mean, just compared to women in general, I tend to be stronger than the average woman because I spent many years strength training. And so anything that
You can grab
allows me
onto.
to pull into,
Yeah.
it becomes a huge surprise for the girl because they're not expecting that much force.
Whoa.
So any kind of choke, but I love the bow and arrow choke.
Get Joe Biden on, Jake Zamora wants to know. Or just says.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Sure.
Seth Fuller says, call all leftist pedophiles just like they call us all racists. Then they're on the defense. Ooh. Yeah, I mean,
It's not bad.
it's not a bad idea. Thank you, Seth Fuller.
The pedos.
Mrs. Paganini. Ciao, Mrs. Paganini. ¿Cómo está? Hey, I saw a video on TikTok that's like TikTok, although very, very horrible. There's some gems on it every now and then. But there was a video about someone was in Italy and they were just taking video of all the men talking and they were just all using their hands. I think I use my hands a lot.
Do
I think
you?
I use my hands. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
I definitely do. Too much, probably.
Do y'all have any hope? Oh, any capitalized. Do y'all have any hope for the future of this country? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, look, I want to say something about questions
the
like
children
this.
are our future.
Yeah, well, I want to say something about this question. We have a misconception that things have never been so bad as they are now. Guys, that's not true. Like historically, things have been very, very bad in many different eras of not only American history, but world history. So I definitely have hope for the future.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, when you compare the levels of bad, in let's say the 1800s versus today, yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I have hope, but would I rather, which level of bad would you rather be in? 1860s and it's Civil War America and you look around like, whoa, things are getting pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Right. Or today, you're looking around, you see Joe Biden on TV, gas is $7. Which would you rather have?
Yeah, that's the question. And I also, going back to the question in general, when you know God and when you have Christ in your heart, you always, always, always have hope for the future because you know that good will always win in the end. God always wins.
Jordan Knudsen, what do you think about people wearing casual clothes to church, hats, shorts, graphic tee? That's all bad.
Yeah.
Don't wear a hat to church. Don't wear a graphic t-shirt to church. If you're going to wear a t-shirt, make it a plain color t-shirt. Wear a jacket, a sweater, or something over it.
Just reverence. It's all about reverence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't, that's not the way that you show
There are
reverence.
a lot of things that, the Islamic militants do well. And if it's anything, it's reverence to God. Cover up the women.
Not let the women drive.
Right.
Gosh, man.
Cover up them women.
I should wear burqa to the next episode.
And niqab.
Niqab.
Yeah.
Niqab.
Burqa is just the thing, right?
Burqa is just the thing. Niqab is here.
Yes. Those are the, yeah.
And
those
you
are
have to like eat like this.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. You watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, right?
Yeah, it's
You
been a
remember
while.
the episode with Larry David and he has to go to the bathroom, so he knocks on this woman's door and it's a woman in a niqab and he goes, oh, never mind. He's like, hello, how can I help you? And he's like, I just want to use the bathroom. And he's like, oh, come in. And he sets her up on a blind date with his blind friend. And his blind friend's going, is she pretty? And he's like, yeah, she's pretty. Her name is Habus. Hello, Habus. But turns out to be very bad under here.
Oh, not good.
Yeah, not good.
Oh, okay.
Hello, laddie. Okay.
Stop.
What does this mean? Someone just says hit. Is that like an internet thing?
I don't know. I've never seen that before. Maybe we're old and don't understand it.
Here's a question for you from Son A. Vikinger. What are are you all right?
Yeah.
What are the best protein powders you guys can recommend?
Yeah.
You're gonna say first form, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. say it.
Yeah. I mean, there's 2 different protein powders I recommend. There's one that's whey based, dairy based. It's called Level 1. The whey is cooked at a low temperature, which it basically means you're going to bloat less. There's less likelihood of bloating. It's easier to digest. But if you are not someone who enjoys or can tolerate dairy, they also have the pea protein version of that has no soy in it.
Pea protein doesn't taste good though.
It doesn't taste as good. And it also doesn't mix as well with other stuff. Like you can't really put a scoop of pea protein in a cup of coffee and zzz, like a lot of people like to do with the whey. But it's called Level 1. If you want to try some great protein powder, you can click the link in my Instagram bio or even my TikTok bio. And the great thing about this company is that they give 110% money back guarantee. So if you don't love it, you send it back, and they have excellent customer service. And they're a very pro-America company. Every weekday, the warehouse stops at 10 a.m. to say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Whoa, Jimmy Dore's people just got back to us.
No.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Perhaps this would be more doable when Jimmy performs in Nashville next. We may be adding a Zany's Nashville. Oh, okay. So, Jimmy Dore is going to be in Kentucky on a certain day, which isn't far from us. He didn't have a show booked the next day, so I said, "Hey, maybe we can bring him down after his show in Kentucky." But I think he scheduled a show in Ohio, so that's going to be pretty tight. But they're going to schedule a show for him hopefully in Nashville, and maybe he'll come on the show.
That would be awesome.
If you guys want to preemptively form some questions for Jimmy, I wanted to have him on the show just because I've always liked his political commentary, even though he's on the left, even though he's pretty progressive. But he has a lot of interesting things to say about vaccines and vaccine mandates.
Oh, does he?
What do you call it when he had an adverse reaction to one of the vaccines? He's had a lot to say about Biden and the horrors of his presidency so far. He's had a lot to say about cultural events, the cultural goings on. He's always thought that the January 6th committee was nothing burger, was absolutely ridiculous. So I want to talk to him about the things that we would agree on, but I also want to ask him about, because he's a big universal healthcare person. I don't know what he thinks about abortion. I'm pretty sure he's obviously would be pro-abortion. But yeah, I'd love to get him on the show. So if you guys want to preemptively, start thinking about some questions that we could ask Jimmy, please send those to us. But I just got that notification now. That's pretty exciting. CD Neuro. Well, Ojas asked a question. Let's get to favorite conspiracy theories. The Georgia Guidestones going down is a cool conspiracy just because it's a conspiracy as to what secret society or who funded them. Mm-hmm. We don't really know. We know how they got up there, obviously, but we don't know who funded them.
The tablets say that we shouldn't have more than 50 million people living on
500
Earth, right?
million.
500 million.
500 million. Yeah. And they want one world language, and they want one world court and stuff like that. So very kind of new world, one world government order. Other than that, it's the moon landing. I still believe that Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that at this point is just a given.
Why haven't they been able to land on the moon again?
I know. I think that we've been to the moon, but that footage was not it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Also, favorite conspiracy theory is like any of the MK Ultra stuff, the Operation Paperclip stuff. There was the one on Long Island that Stranger Things is based off of. Talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's see. Other favorite conspiracy theories. I've only recently learned about the conspiracy theory that the lizard people exist. I don't know. Someone recently told me that, and they're like, "You haven't heard of this?" I'm like, "No." But apparently there's a conspiracy theory that people can morph into lizards, and that Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard person.
The Montauk Project. That's the one that
Montauk.
that Stranger Things is based off.
Like 11, like that whole thing.
Inside the Montauk Project, the U.S. military's alleged mind control program, allegedly conducted on the east end of Long Island during the Cold War project. Montauk was a secret military experiment to develop psychological warfare with abducted children. Whoa.
You know what conspiracy theory I really like?
Yeah.
Michelle Obama's a man.
It's photographic evidence.
Have you seen those shoulders?
Yeah. I like how they have the picture of the man that they allege it is, and then they just put long hair, and it's the same person.
It's like literally her.
CD Neuroth. This is a great question. Watermelon or cantaloupe?
How is that even a question?
Cantaloupe.
It's not funny, Mike. Don't joke like that.
Cantaloupe has to be room temperature, and it has to be kind of mushy. If you get a hard cantaloupe, it's not good.
Wait, you're serious?
Oh, yeah.
Honey, do you hear this? Do you know what cantaloupe is?
I'm going to tell you, he likes cantaloupe.
It's different in English and in Portuguese.
Cantaloupe is the melon.
It's the orange.
With orange melon.
That they serve at nursing homes.
It's good.
Oh, really? You don't know that one? You maybe don't have that in Brazil. We don't have that. Yeah, you don't have that in Brazil.
I'm going to get you some, and you're going to try it.
Michael, you like cantaloupe over watermelon?
Watermelon both with cantaloupe, but it's hit or miss.
Can somebody talk to him, please?
It's hit or miss.
Can someone talk to him?
You can really get a good juicy cantaloupe. You can really get a good juicy watermelon, but they're not all the same. I wish they were consistent, like bananas when they're ripe. Pretty much any banana when it's ripe is usually going to be good. Watermelon, they're all different.
Cantaloupe is like a filler fruit.
What do you mean?
Like whenever you get a fruit cup somewhere, it's like
there's watermelon
all
in it.
Cantaloupe and grapes.
Grapes, cantaloupe, honeydew, and watermelon.
Honeydew is better.
And pineapple.
Obviously, the answer is watermelon. Mike's not feeling well today.
I don't think so. I like cantaloupe.
Are you teaching your daughter that cantaloupe is better than watermelon? I'm calling children's services.
I don't think she's had either.
Really?
Yeah.
My daughter loves watermelon.
Really?
She goes crazy for it.
Okay, we'll do a little taste test when we get home.
Okay.
Silvana, Gina
I'm
calling
shook.
things gay she doesn't like is my new favorite thing. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite insult to call someone? I like commies and twat, LMAO. Gina's is retarded.
Yeah, another one is a room temperature IQ.
I like smooth brain. That's what I've been calling a lot of people. I say, what a smooth brain take.
You know what? I kind of like mouth breather. I think we should bring back mouth breather.
Doesn't 11 say that in Stranger Things?
Mike does.
11 says
or
it too.
The gay boy
We're
Will
rewatching
does.
It. So season 2, she says
Did you
mouth
finish
breather.
the last two, the new episodes?
Yeah, we did.
I'm not done yet, so don't tell me.
They all die. Populous Atomic. You need to have Kai or John back. Both will be back. Both Kai and John will be back. We don't know when, but I was just texting with Kai because I asked him to explain me why there are a group of conservative men dressing up, going to the movies and watching the new Minions movie, The Gru.
They did that?
Oh, yeah. It's like a group of 40 guys dressing up in suits, college-age students, going to see the new Gru movie. And I want to know, hey, what is there a secret-based plot line behind Minions or something? What is it?
Maybe. I'm sure that they've thought through it.
So then Kai said, yeah, definitely. Like he was going to tell me, and he hasn't told me yet. So John and Kai will be back. That'd be nice to have John and Kai
They
on,
will definitely be back, guys. Don't worry. They will
Vanessa Carla wants to tell us that our opinions are fire. I'm making them up as we go, honestly.
Because they're the correct opinions.
Joseph Ramos says that's a really good question.
Good friend of the show.
I guess this is the second question, but how do the both of you prefer your cereal in terms of soggy to crunch ratio?
This is a great question.
Depends on the cereal.
Oh, do elaborate.
Fruity Pebbles, really good when soggy. Frosted Flakes, really good when crispy. Crunchy, yeah. So Fruity Pebbles, what I like to do, I like to let the milk soak in the pebbles, and then I just take a big spoonful of them, I can mush them in my mouth, and they kind of form this ball.
Well, here's a question. Whenever you finish the cereal, do you drink the leftover milk?
Yeah.
Or you dump it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's the
Lucky
correct
Charms
answer.
is always weird. Lucky Charms started out great, and then if you took too long, it'd become too soggy. So that type of oat cereal, if you let the oats get too soggy, not as good. Soggy marshmallows, good. Soggy cornflakes, not good.
See, I am across the board. I like crispy, crunchy cereal.
Yeah.
So like I only pour the milk if I know I'm going to eat it right then.
Right.
It's not something that you can like pour the milk and then walk away and do something else.
I do that only with Fruity Pebbles.
Interesting.
My favorite cereals back in the day. Oh God. Remember Waffle Crisp?
Yeah.
Waffle Crisp was so good.
Waffle Crisp was really good.
Cookie Crisp, Trix. I remember that.
I still loved Honey Bunches of Oats.
Still to this day, I love Honey Bunches of Oats. I really can't have that anymore because I'm off sugar for the most part, especially artificial sugar. But my mom would always get us like regular cornflakes or regular Rice Krispies, just the Rice Krispie cereal, not even the Rice Krispie treats. and we'd have to spoon a little bit of sugar on top of it.
Oh, Adriano loves just classic cornflakes.
With like fruit, like bananas?
No, he
That's
just likes
good.
like classic cornflakes.
With nothing?
Yeah,
Adriano,
with
what are you
milk.
doing?
Yeah. I like them too. But my answer is crunchy, crispy across the board for all cereals.
Okay. Well, Joseph also wanted to say he's going to switch it up from the cereal and the doom and gloom. But what's our biggest white pill as of late?
I don't know. Gosh, that's a good question.
Well, it doesn't really have to do with anything political, but a big white pill is now, like, my daughter's starting to say more words. So that's getting more excited. So I'm more happy about life.
I don't know.
I'm going to be able to talk to her.
I think Roe versus Wade being overturned was a big white pill for me.
Yeah.
Oh, she's talking more now?
Yeah, she's saying words.
Yeah. Our daughter just says, ba, 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 and it's really cute. Because she does it really delicately. She goes, ba, 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 ba. It's
When
really
she
cute.
wants something now, she'll, if I'm sitting on the couch, if I'm sitting somewhere, she'll come grab my hand and walk me over to what she wants. If she wants to go outside, she'll go, side? It's really cute.
They're so cute.
Side? This is, I think we won't end on this question, but this is a great question from Avery Love 596. I honestly think this is the best question ever delivered to the IDG podcast from probably now the most elevated citizen of the Grateful Nation. Where do y'all believe Mr. Potato Head's consciousness is located? In the potato, or is he the pieces?
Yeah, this one is...
I had to ask it to Gina before the show started, just so she can get a little head start.
I think my answer would be Mr. Potato's head consciousness is in the potato, and the parts are connected to him. That's when he's able to express his consciousness.
I mean, we can bring this back to, even stages of human development. Okay. If life begins at fertilization / conception, what happens before that? Sperm and egg. They are pieces needed to make whole a life, a being, a consciousness. So I might agree with you that Mr. Potato Head's consciousness is in the potato. And it's not until all limbs and, features are attached where he is whole. Right?
That's what I think.
Because can you put consciousness in different separate parts?
No.
Right? It has to be in a whole body, but then he's not whole if he doesn't have the parts.
Yeah, but that's the question. I think that he's still whole without the parts.
Right.
It's just that he's not able to.
Well, that's only if your contention is that Mr. Potato's head's consciousness is in the potato.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. That would have to be true for you, that, apart from his parts, he still is Mr. Potato Head.
He still is
right.
Mr. Potato Head.
Gotcha.
He's just not able to communicate or express his consciousness.
Is Frosty the Snowman conscious until someone puts a nose on him? Or, is he conscious without the nose? It's the same. It's one of those questions, really good questions that, is Goofy a man or a dog? Like, what is he more? Is he more a man? Is he more a dog? Well, what do you know? You don't know.
He's more of a dog.
Is he more of a man? Why is he standing upright? How does he have kids that stand upright and walk?
Dogs can stand upright.
No, but they can.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying?
I know. He's a dog.
Any chance you could share what you and other parents want for your kids' future? I don't get it.
You mean like in the country, like generally as like a society?
Want for your kids' future? I just want my kids to be happy. Do well, be happy, work hard.
You want more than that for your kid.
Be well, do happy, work hard.
You want them to be more than happy. You want them to feel fulfilled.
I want them to feel fulfilled. I want them to struggle. I want them to suffer a little bit in life.
Have a deep purpose and meaning in life. I want my daughter to know God and to serve God and to have a very specific, to know her purpose and her meaning in life. And I want her to get married and have babies.
Oscar Wilde says that if you choose a profession and you actually do it, the punishment is you becoming that.
Say that again?
So Oscar Wilde has a quote that says something like, if you've always wanted to be a lawyer and you've worked toward that, your punishment is you are going to be a lawyer.
Oh, I see.
It's not about creating yourself new every day and finding out more about yourself by not knowing what you want to do. You find out more about yourself. Well, also, Oscar Wilde, this is the real world and we need jobs. Have you both watched The Terminal List with Chris Pratt on Prime yet? 10 out of 10.
Oh, is it? I saw the preview for
Lauren
it.
Verga, I watched it. It's a difficult watch at some points because it's super dark, and I mean that literally.
What's it about?
It's about it's based on a Jack Carr novel. about a Navy SEAL whose family is murdered and his whole team is murdered. And he has to go find out why. He's the only survivor of that. And there's this big government cover-up, government conspiracy. It's good. It's good. It's, it has a little bit of cheesy elements to it. But it's good. It's definitely entertaining for sure. I think I finished it in 2.5 days.
Okay, maybe we'll watch that one day.
Let's see.
Bring Pratt on the show.
Let's see. Mike, what is your favorite Taking Back Sunday song? This is a good question. For all of you who don't know, Taking Back Sunday is a post-punk emo band from Long Island. And throughout the early 2000s to now, they're still active, but they have produced some of the most memorable and most well-liked albums of that genre. My favorite album is Where You Want to Be, and probably my favorite track comes off of that album, and it's called New American Classic. It's very nice, it's very sweet, and it's acoustic only.
Oh, okay.
Which is very different from a lot of the stuff that they do.
Do you want to sing it?
Well, it's got to get better, she said, it's all in your head. If we live through these letters or forget it altogether, she said, the nights they don't matter, it's the days I can't take, where these hours turns to minutes and I'm seconds away. Just ask the question, come untie the knot, say you won't care. And then it goes on. It's good though.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But other than that, I tend to like I don't know. Probably. Hold on. Now I have to look.
Now you got to look it up.
Now I got to look at the album because I have it up here. Let's see real quick. Just because this person asked a very good question, and no, it's not cute without these. Not make sure. Here. Okay. Hold on. I can't play it because then we'll get a strike.
Sorry.
Oh wait. Oh no, okay. No, I was right. It is off of Where You Want to Be, my favorite one. See all. This is a horrible kind of segue for the show. Why do they do this? I want to see it in box. There we go. Okay, favorite song is probably, I'd probably say Set Phasers to Sun. It's the first song off of Where You Want to Be, but I don't want to put it on because then we won't be able to monetize this video.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the most underrated TV show that is currently out? I don't know. We don't watch too many TV shows. I guess streaming shows are different than TV shows.
I don't know. I thought the last show that I watched it when I was sick last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. The Staircase was really good on HBO. Really good.
There was a show with Jessica Biel, who is an idiot.
Candy?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was all right. It was fine.
Underrated. As far as underrated, I don't know.
I would say Staircase. I mean, maybe it was bigger than I saw it to be. Like, I just didn't hear much about The Staircase, and I watched it and I was glued to it. And I like that it's just one season because it's a true crime story. I didn't even know, I had never heard about the true crime story. I just decided, okay, well, I'm in bed, let me just turn on something. And I watched the first episode and really enjoyed the whole season. I was glued to it. Really good cast, good script, great acting. Very, very good.
We're going to do 3 more questions.
Yeah.
This question's for you from Caleb, really great citizen. For Gina, is masturbation a sin? Why? I think yes, but I have a friend who disagrees.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good question. I don't know. I haven't thought too much about that, or I don't know much scripture in relation to that. So sorry, I don't know the answer to that.
So I want to bring up,
I think it is, isn't it? Like sexual gratification.
Okay, so someone says, do y'all's parents have the same views as you? And like I said before, my dad's based, right? So I want to read you this email because he was listening to the last episode. We talked about Joe Rogan, we talked about CERN, talked about all this.
Yeah.
So he said, he sent me an email, which my dad usually does, and he's listening to this or watching this right now.
Hey, Dad.
But he says, the subject is PCAST. CERN wastes money in Switzerland. Cool. Seems as you're coming around to my point of view regarding Joe Rogan, that he's an idiot and no one should waste time with him.
Oh, that's what he thinks?
Trump isn't perfect, see Army Ukraine, but he's closer than anybody else, and his awareness and non-fear of speaking out against the climate change murderous hoax makes him nearly indispensable. He also said, quote, what's wrong with getting along with Russia, end quote, in the face of enormous pressure not to say that. Thus, the fact that Trump is the greatest American in the country's history makes 24 consequential. As for vaccines, what does he know? For him, it was just a way to get the country going again. But here's where Dad and I differ. I'm for the rape and incest exceptions, admittedly inconsistent, but I try to think, quote, what would I do?
Okay.
You can have a conversation.
Hey, at least
that.
he admits it's inconsistent.
Right,
At
exactly.
least you can have a conversation in good faith about it.
So the question is Papa Learner based?
I would say still yes, especially with the Russia comment.
Right, yeah.
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 Nick Fuentes would love him.
Oh, really?
Well,
we should
I
get
mean,
my dad and Nick Fuentes on the show.
That would be cool.
Oh, someone wanted to ask too, ending on this one, they said, oh, you should have on your spouses as guests. And I had that idea for a little bit, but then again, Carly, obviously, she's a little bit more introverted than me. And she says, nah, I'm not going to do that. And I said, yeah, that's probably a better idea. I don't need people saying things about our significant others that direct it towards us.
I have a feeling that my husband, I mean, obviously it's his decision, but I have a feeling that he would say no because he likes to fly under the radar. He likes to be off social media. I personally find that to be very attractive about my husband, that he's not on Twitter or,
He's a man of mystery.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And I don't know. I like to keep our marriage fairly private. I know you're the same too.
Yeah.
I mean, I share things
We talk about our marriage.
Yeah, we talk about it, and I'll talk, in a little bit more detail with my group, The Shift. I open up a bit more with the women in my group. But yeah, I like to keep that. Private, but obviously it's up to you, honey.
Well, during the
he says no.
during the pandemic, Carly and I did a couple of episodes of this podcast that I had called New in Nashville, where you couldn't go out and talk to people. I couldn't go to their houses or whatever. So Carly and I ended up doing a couple of episodes.
Oh yeah.
I think they're still up. Just got to find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's pretty funny.
Yeah. She's based too.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah. Both of our spouses are based.
Yeah, isn't that
I mean,
cool?
as if we would be married to dummies.
It's very important. I mean, people ask this question all the time. It's like, how do we maintain a relationship with people who don't share the same views? You can't really. It's really tough. If you can skirt not having the same views for a while until you have kids, the kids ultimately become your life and become, your biggest preoccupation. So what your, spouse thinks about, I don't know, let's say the economy or foreign policy really doesn't matter. That sort of stuff doesn't necessarily matter either. You have to have cultural similarities with each other, at least religious similarities, cultural similarities. If a man and a woman disagree on something like abortion, that's probably a pretty big,
because it's a huge value.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And I did have someone reach out to me because I wanted to, let me see if I asked if I could share it. But I wanted to ask, was there any guy out there who was with a girl who, pre-marriage obviously, was with a girl where the girl had an abortion? How did you react to it? And I had someone that reached out to me, and he said, I was dating this girl for a while. I was ready to step up. I was ready to not go to college and accept this job because it was a really good job, and I was going to accept all the responsibilities I had coming to me because she had gotten pregnant. I wanted to raise this baby with her, but she had gotten an abortion behind his back. And I said, well, what did you do? He says, I dropped her right there. What could I do? I'm not trying to reconcile that relationship at all, especially when someone's trying to step up in a way that's responsible, doing the right thing. I think that's probably the right move. You can't continue a relationship with someone like that.
It's a lot of things. Number one, it's a huge breach of trust to do that behind the back of your baby's father. Mm-hmm. Not going to tell people how to live, but that doesn't sound like a relationship that can continue.
We don't tell people how to live. Funny enough, that's what they think that we do. They think that we force people to do things. We tell them how to live their lives when we don't. We offer commentary about what we see going on in the world. And
I think there are other people who should tell people how to live their lives, but we're not here to do that. We're just here to chat. We're here to chat.
I have a podcast. We have a podcast. I say things into a camera that some people agree with, some people don't agree with. However, if I think that abortion is wrong, that doesn't mean that I'm forcing you to not have abortions or to give birth. I'm just saying things. Watch this. I think abortions are wrong.
Well, it is wrong. It's not a opinion thing.
But watch, because we're doing like this study here. I'm into the camera. Abortion is wrong.
Yeah.
How many women did I just force to have kids?
A lot.
Right?
Millions.
I would hope.
The whole forced birth thing is just...
I had a guy say to me, well, they're just trying to make abortion illegal so they can up the laborers in this country. I'm saying what?
What?
I said, what? It's like, the government just wants its workers. They want a bigger workforce. So that's why they want to ban abortion. I said, well, if that's the case, why aren't all of the states banning abortion? If they want more labor, then wouldn't there just be a blanket ban on abortion so they create more labor? He's like, well, no. Like, what? That doesn't mean anything. Also, anybody who's born into the world is going to have to work at some point or another. I mean, there's some rare exceptions. If you trust fund kid or you're born to, everybody's got to work. Everybody does something that involves work, I feel like.
Yeah.
I just feel like when people say laborers, they think, people working out in the fields. Yeah.
Well, okay.
I guess.
This was good.
Oh, this episode? You keep on looking at your phone. You got to go?
Yeah, well, we were having Dr. Amy and Dr. Anthony over for dinner in like 2 hours. So
are you cooking?
Yeah, we're making flank steak with chimichurri sauce.
Wait. Which one's the flank steak? Are you using Good Ranchers flank steak?
This is from Porterhouse. We're out of Good Ranchers
anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, Good Ranchers.
Lol.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, we're using Porterhouse.
Your fault.
Porter Road.
Your fault.
Porter Roadhouse. Stop. Porter Roadhouse. They're local.
Oh, the butcher.
Yeah.
They have in East Nashville. They have a butchery.
Yeah, and so
which one's the flank? Because I have all that Good Ranchers frozen stuff. I don't know. Do you cook? You cook that differently though, right?
We're gonna grill it.
Because the New York strip, you could throw it on a skillet for 3 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on another side, let it rest for 5 minutes, and you're good.
Yeah.
Not with all cuts. You can't do that.
No,
right?
Yeah, not with all cuts. The flank steak is, you're supposed to make it either in a cast iron skillet or on the grill, but it's so long that you got to do it on the grill.
Okay.
It's really good with chimichurri. That's how every time I have flank steak, or like beef and broccoli.
I swear on. Can I swear?
Yeah. We maybe made it this long. Just no kids. Like shut your kids' ears for a second.
No, not cursing.
Oh.
I almost said I swear to God.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you stopped yourself.
I know. This is getting really good. Well, there's a follower of ours, a fan of ours called Biblical Chad. Have you ever seen him respond to our stuff?
I think I have. Yeah.
He says you got to get yourself to church, or else you're just like anybody else in the world. I said I understand that.
He's
I have
right.
a 2-year-old who won't sit still, and I feel like I don't want to go to church and be a distraction when I'm trying to be reverent and I'm trying to pay attention and communicate. I want to go when we're able to and not cause a fuss.
Dude.
That way I'm okay with the live streams.
We go, every time we go, I spend the majority of the service in the back with my daughter, but we still go. So you still got to go.
I don't want to
because she like, it's usually service is like almost always during her nap time. And so like she loves looking around and seeing people. And then usually like 5-10 minutes into the sermon, I got to take her in the back.
Our problem is our daughter would be wanting to go up to every person that she sees and not being able to do that. She would...
There's childcare.
Really
you can always
excited.
take them somewhere that has childcare.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So sorry, Biblical Chat.
But yeah, I agree with him. He's right. Like he's right.
Yeah,
because that's something that we always...
Maybe I'll go when she's napping one Sunday and just kind of suss it out.
Yeah, go.
Myself. But I said I want my whole family to do it.
Yeah, you guys will go together.
Anyway, apart from the blaspheming, when Dr. Charlie comes on, I'm mad at him.
Oh, Dr. Charlie? Yeah, I spent a long time mad at him, but we're good now. We're cool because I can eat eggs again.
Could you? Oh, so you can come off of the stuff.
Well, there's...
I doubt he's going to say, keep drinking caffeine. It's okay.
Well, the caffeine is probably a blanket thing, no more. But you're going to...
Don't you have coffee?
I never have coffee.
Oh, no?
No. Yeah. And my life is way better for it.
Yeah. I haven't had any adverse reactions to not having coffee. I haven't noticed my body not doing anything differently. Been? It's been a week now.
Yeah.
But I just like coffee.
I know.
It's a ritual. It's ritualistic. I have 1 cup a day in the morning. I drink.
Have a tea.
Can't have caffeine.
Well, there's non-caffeine teas. Have a rooibos tea.
That tea is so gay. Like, I don't want that tea. I love green tea.
Yeah.
Can't have a green tea.
Have rooibos tea. It's really nice.
I'm waiting for those first form things to come in. I ordered them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you guys are going to love Dr. Charlie. He's a wizard.
Ooh, you have colon cancer.
Local priority. We just sent him that clip.
I know.
Oh, you got colon cancer?
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, geez, you know what? We keep on forgetting. Maybe I'll slice this into the beginning, or at least I'll just slice it into
Locals?
Locals, doinggreat.locals.com. Like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for commenting. Let's get I'm Doing Great to 50,000
Let's
subscribers
get
by the end of the year. We could do
physical.
it, right? If
I
we keep
wanna
talking
get
about it, we can do it.
physical.
Hey, Adriano, let's do it
me
again.
hear
Where's this gonna happen? Wide camera, okay? Let's do it. 50,000. And then I'll just do that. I'll zoom in on it.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
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 That's fun. That's a fun episode.
That was good.
I actually